Hey everyone, I just wanted to take some time to go over the assignments that you all have coming up. So like we have told you all do have your heavier assignments towards the end of this course. So I know some of you all are going to go ahead and get started on those. So I wanted to just go ahead and provide an overview for you. So, of course, if you have any questions, please reach out. So for the signature assignment, you will perform a 20 to 30 minute role play. During the role plays, we expect that you will be in the role of the counselor, and then someone else will be in the role of the client. The main purpose of this activity is just to see your application of what you've learned in this class. I'm going to say this, and I hope no one takes this in a way that isn't effective or useful to you, but don't think too much about this assignment, right? At the end of the day, we are just assessing your knowledge that you gain from this course and throughout all of your other courses to be an effective counselor. And so we really want to hone in on the skills that you're learning in this course specifically. I always suggest when doing these role plays to really try to find someone who maybe understands. So if you can find, if you work at a place that has counselors, maybe asking them, and really just try to take some time to put in some of the applications that you've learned in this course. Okay. The next assignment that you have is the theory review paper. So you will submit a 4 to 6 page APA style paper where you will highlight key elements of a theory of your choice from the class. So when writing this paper and thinking of a format, I would highly suggest using maybe this outline from the comparison and contrast grid to kind of give you a basis for what the paper should look like. Now, your theory review paper is over one theory. It should include a minimum of 3 professional references that are not our book, and then you can also use the book. So that's 4 references that you should have in your paper. It should be an APA format. So please, please, please make sure that you are looking up different resources for APA style, whether that's using the APA manual guide, whether that's using Purdue OWL, or whatever other sources you may use, Grammarly, different things like that. So highly encourage you to do all those because you will be marked off for not using appropriate APA style format. So want to make sure that you are using that correctly. You can turn this paper in up to a week early to get feedback. And I would be more than happy to do that. But just kind of thinking about like when you pick your theory, you want to define the theory, you want to talk about key figures in the theory, talk about major influences that shape the theory. What are some key concepts? What are some, the approaches and the methods and the techniques? What are cultural considerations? What are some strengths and limitations to this theory? What is the counselor's role versus the client's role? And, really kind of put in some good information based off what you learned in this theory, okay? And then lastly, you have the compare and contrast grid. So this is the format that we're looking for. You can just copy and paste this table into a Google Doc or however you want to do it. And what you'll do is you will work in your groups, which are already assigned, and I will show you how to get to that. But you will work in your assigned groups to complete this chart, and then you will want to turn in that chart. Each one of you will have to turn in the chart individually. But if you're in a group with 4 students and you decide to break this up, that one of you all are going to do the key figures for each one is going to do the major influences, whichever, however you all decide to do it, that's okay. But this is kind of what we're looking for, is this chart here, and then of course put into you all working on it as a group. So if you do use any references or sources for this, which you should, make sure that you do have a reference section at the bottom of the document. So this could also be helpful too in you finding some different resources for your theory review if you choose one of the ones that are in the chart. So I hope that this does help. Oh, real quick, let me show you how to get to the group. So you all will have this little button over here that says groups. However, if I click on it, it will not show you your all's groups for this course. So what you'll do is you'll want to click the 3 dots up here. You will go to people, compare and contrast grid, and then it will show you only the group that you're in. So on mine, it shows the 5 different groups. However, if you're only in group 1, it will only show you group 1. One interesting thing about this is that you do have a home page in your group. And so within here, you can actually create whatever you need to create. And myself, Casey, and Dr. Sandhu can all look at this and view this to kind of see what is going on within the group. So I hope that this helps. If you have any other questions, just reach out to us. We'd be happy to help. And I hope you all have a good week.